Um, so, how does perception help in intercultural communication? Perception plays a crucial role in intercultural communication because it helps individuals interpret and respond to messages in culturally appropriate ways. Differences in cultural backgrounds can lead to misunderstanding as people may have distinct ways of expressing emotions, using verbal cues, or structured conversations. By using perception checking, individuals can slow down their assumption and seek clarity before reacting. So, for example, in Stefano and Patrick's situation, Stefano could have immediately assumed that Patrick was upset because he left without saying goodbye. However, by using perception checking, Stefano considers alternative explanation that Patrick might have been in a hurry and did not want to interrupt a video game, or simply he forgot to say goodbye. Similarly, in intercultural context, misunderstanding can arise when individuals assume meaning based on their own cultural lens. For instance, in some cultures, maintaining direct eye contact is respectful, while in others might be considered aggressive. Without perception checking, one might misinterpret behaviors as rude, dismissive, when they are simply not, when they're simply, there's a simple cultural difference. So, example of how perception checking might be useful in personal or professional life. So, for example, in a personal setting, imagine a situation similar to that of Stefano and Patrick, but with close family members. If I see a friend walk past me without saying or greeting me, I might feel ignored or assume that he's upset with me. However, using perception checking, I can consider the possibility maybe they're in some deep thought or had an emergency or did not notice me. Instead of assuming, I could send a message saying, "Hey, I saw you earlier, but you seem to be in a rush. Is everything okay?" This approach mirrors how Stefano could text Patrick in a neutral way rather than assuming that he's upset. In a work setting or professional setting, if a colleague responds to my email with only a short, blunt reply, my thought would be that they are upset or dismissive. However, when you compare that to Stefano situation, I should slow down and consider alternative explanation. Maybe the coworker was busy or under stress, or simply he prefers brief communication. Instead of reacting negatively, I could follow up with a neutral message. Hey, I noticed your replied was brief. I just want to check in with you if there's any additional details for me. By doing this, I avoid unnecessary conflict, just as Stefano can avoid unnecessary tension by checking with Patrick before jumping into conclusions. So, which step of perception checking do you think is the most challenging and why? The most challenging step of perception checking is checking your attributions. It is difficult because people naturally tend to make internal attributions, assuming someone's actions reflect their personality or feeling towards us. Rather than considering external factors such as stress, cultural norms, external pressures. This is known as fundamental attribution error, where we attribute others' behavior to their character rather than their circumstances. In Stefano and Patrick's case, Stefano might assume that Patrick is upset with him personally, even though other factors like being in a hurry or preoccupied with something else could explain Patrick's behavior. Instead of immediately assuming that the worst, Stefano needs to pause and consider external explanations before reacting. Similarly, in other situations, whether personal or professional life, failing to check our attributions can lead to unnecessary misunderstanding and conflict. By being mindful of perception checking, especially the challenge of attribution bias, individuals like Stefano and everyone else facing unclear situation can foster better understanding and avoid unnecessary tension. Thank you.